One more shot for Corner Canyon. Hagan. He's got it.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Corner
God.
Canyon. Cody Hagan has put Corner Canyon on top.
Mayhem. This is ESPN all day.
Hagan to Hagan. One
yes.
brother to another. And the Corner Canyon streak will survive.
Deseret News Rewind is presented by Heidemann & Associates. Call them now for a free consultation, 801-754-4240, or go to utah.law. Welcome in Deseret News Rewind. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, as always, presented by Heidemann & Associates.
That's right, Dusty, and just a reminder, they are a full-service law firm, so whatever your question might be, you've got some need of business or personal or whatever it might be, no better lawyers than Heidemann & Associates. Give them a call, 801-754-4240. Free consultations through Heidemann & Associates.
Week 7.
Yes.
What a week it was. We got plenty of things to go through, but first let's go through what happened in the Deseret News Rewind Game of the Week.
Well, Dusty, I had high hopes. They came crashing down pretty quickly. Region 2, you had Hunter and Kearns, and boy, both teams were really looking forward to this ball game. You look at Kearns and their records against in-region opponents, their worst win percentage against any region opponent is against Hunter. But Kearns had won the last 2 matchups, scoring over 50 points in each of those. So a lot on the line here tonight. Both teams came in really excited. Boy, Kearns, first possession, Dusty, they just marched right down the field. It's Naki Leha, a sophomore running back. Tell me if you've heard that before at Kearns. He cashed in. Opening drive, 2 minutes. It's 6-0 Kearns. Hunter, well, first drive, 3 and out. Second drive for Kearns. How about Lind to Kelly? 14-yard pass. It's 12-0 Kearns. Just a minute and a half later, Lind is going to find Kelly again, this time 59 yards out. It's 18-0. We're just midway through the quarter. We're not done yet even. How about Naki Leahy again from 16 yards out, about 3.5 left in the quarter. It's 24-0. Kearns would just roll in the second, 3 more touchdowns. Lind to Zamora to early on in the second quarter, and then twice Lynn to Afatasi, both coming on 4th down plays, one with 6.5 minutes left, all alone in the back of the end zone. And then how about this one, Dusty? 2:50 left in the first half, and Afatasi, how does he get that foot in? Impressive offensive performance. Second half, Kearns felt a little bad. They wanted the score to end up as a palindrome, and so they kind of traded some touchdowns. It ended up being a final 51-15, hence the palindrome. And it was all Kearns from the opening kick all the way through. Dusty, this was supposed to be the year that Kearns, Deshaun Cash, a multi-year starter. This was the year that they've been building up towards. This was finally going to be the year that Hunter was going to reclaim a region championship. And it was all for naught. Kearns, yikes, man. They were impressive. Watch out, the Cougars ain't going nowhere, folks.
I'm not as intellectually trained as you. Palindrome, is that like another way of like mirror image?
Yeah. It's a number that's the same forwards as backwards. Maybe, Dusty, had you watched public television growing up, you would know what a palindrome is. Thanks, Square One TV.
I have no idea what he's talking about. But anyway, let's get to it. Yeah, it was a crazy one. But crazy week in Region 7. Palindrome, go look up that one. I had to pull out the thesaurus real quick on my computer. Finally with that. But let's get to it. Opening argument brought to you by Heidemann & Associates. And again, if you need any help, go to utah.law. Again, we say full service, that means injury. It means patents, getting business set up. It's taking care of your estate planning, getting everything ready. Go to utah.law. And I thank Justin Heidemann for your support of Deseret News Rewind. All right, we have a bunch of regions, a plethora of regions, who have teams, either 2 or 3 teams undefeated at the top of the regions. And so we're going to go through each one, and we're going to pick who we think could go through undefeated through each of these regions. First one, Region 3. Harriman is 2-0. Riverton is 2-0. Which of those 2 teams could go undefeated?
Who would have thought Riverton would be 2-0? I'm going to make this quick. Harriman. I think they're the better team, best team.
So we're going most likely not if...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say neither.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. I'll say Harriman. I'll agree with you.
All right.
Because then I'm already pre-picking a game that's going to take place, Harriman East. I'm not going to do that yet because I think there's still a lot to learn there. Region, and so the next one would be Region 7, Timpview and Orem. By the by, we're picking this one later.
Yeah, they're going to play next week, Dusty. We're going to find this one out real quick, right? Now, are we going the last team to lose a game in region, or are we picking potentially to go undefeated throughout
Potentially
region
go
play?
undefeated.
Throughout region play. I'm going to say neither. I think they both end up with one loss.
Both end up with one loss.
Yeah.
I'll go Orem.
All right.
Precursor to another video. Go check it out. So
There you go.
how about Region 8? Precursor to another video. Salem Hills and Provo.
You know, how about bulletin board material for our opening statement this week, huh? Another matchup going to happen this week. Salem Hill's the number 1 team in RPI. I'm going to ride with the Skyhawks, but this one might not go my way.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll go Provo. Provo, I know everyone's they lost Lehigh. I get it.
Yeah.
I know lost Timpview, but I get it. Those are two very good teams. Yep. Salem Hill's playing really, really well.
Yeah.
I'll ride Provo.
Come on, Jared Elmer.
Go watch another video. So see if we pick it that way. All right, and then you go into 3A at that point. Region 13, Morgan, Grantsville, and Juan Diego, all 2-0. By the way, palindrome. 3 teams. There's 6 teams in this region. 3 are 2-0. 3 are 0-2. It's Carbon County folk. We are quick learners.
Stretch.
All right, so Morgan, Grantsville, Juan Diego, all 2-0.
I'm going to go with Morgan. The Morgan Trojans. I think they're going to be the last and remaining undefeated team.
I agree with you. I think Morgan goes undefeated.
I do too.
All right, Region 14, Manti and Juab.
I'm going to go with Juab and the Wasps, actually. I like the Wasps.
Cade Bowering versus the region.
Yeah.
Cade Bowering, 1,000, region 0. That's how good. Cade Bowering, 4 touchdowns this week.
Yeah.
Juab was a proving game against North St. Pete, and they
I was talking with the Region 14 staff, and they were like, the Bowering kid. Unreal.
And I would say pretty good on the wrestling mat, too.
Yeah.
All right, last one, 2A South, Beaver and Millard.
Miller's got a big test coming
1
up
and
this
2 in
week.
the
They've
RPI.
got Milford coming in. I'm going to go Beaver. I think Beaver's toughest tests are behind them. They do have Millard coming up, but I'm going to go with the Beavs.
I agree. What Beaver did to Milford, to me, was I took enough guff picking against him. I won't do it again.
We missed Region 12.
Oh, Region 12. My bad. I scrolled right through it. Okay, Region 12. San Juan and Richfield.
You know, when we were talking region champions earlier, Dusty, I was big on Richfield. I'm going to stay with Richfield in this one.
Yeah, I would love to go Broncos on this. Richfield, I've seen a little bit more of. I'll go Richfield too.
Okay.
I hate picking the same on all of them, or on the ones that we did, but
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I'm not picking the other side just for the sake of doing it, folks. Not
At Dusty
Yeah,
Litster.
the opening argument brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. All right, let's go to your best of 6A.
Well, Dusty, I mean, how about a game that we both picked last week? We both said we thought this was the year that East might be able to beat Bingham. Maine had an injury last week for Bingham. Did not look very good for the Miners. And how about Bingham just doing what Bingham does? How about a 10-minute drive to start the second half that is capped off in a touchdown run from Preston Larson to give Bingham expand the lead? East, great comeback. It's Zimmerman with 30 seconds left to score the touchdown. They go for 2. And the Bingham defense, stop me if you've heard this before, the Bingham defense makes a stop and they get a 16-14 win over East. Just like we, incorrectly, predicted the Bingham Miners beating East.
Coach Lamborn did text me back tonight to congratulate him on the win, and he said he's very happy. He's very happy, and I'm sure he's very happy for the bulletin board material.
I'm sure he is, yeah.
'Cause
You're welcome.
A couple years ago we both picked East, and
Probably more to come.
we'll see. All right, my best 6A. How about a team that got absolutely drubbed last week and came back and beat a team that I had in the top 5? How about PG?
Yes.
Got drubbed by Corner Canyon. They stayed in the top 10, top 8 in the RPI at their first game against Skyridge. Team I had in the top 5. I think you had in top 5 too in our poll. Come back. And how about this opening drive? Trying to get things right, moving the ball down the field. Miley Tonavasa of Skyridge, 100-yard pick 6, goes the other way. But then Campbell and crew able to right the ship, hits Rex Connors 42 yards. Connors had 2 touchdowns, including a 5-yard run. After a 14-point being down, not only that, down 27-21, 14 points in the fourth quarter. They'll score the game-winning touchdown. Evan Robinson, 6 yards out, and PG, Coach Wooten.
Good on
Nobody
ya.
circles the wagons like Coach Mark Wooten. And it's a 28-27 win, PG over Skyridge.
Region 4, just like we thought, huh? A blast.
Unreal. Wow. All right, your best of 5A.
How about Region 5 ruin, Dusty? I mean, Farmington takes the reins, and then they go and they decide, hey, let's have a little bit of fun with some landscaping, huh? Folks, you don't poke the bear. The Viewmont Vikings, Dusty. I mean, Farmington's flying high, and then you got a Viewmont pick 6 to open this puppy. The offense doesn't do a ton more for Viewmont, but it's the defense that makes the big plays. They slow down that Farmington offense, and Viewmont gets the last laugh, 14-9, and we got all sorts of wackiness at the top of Region 5.
Well, more on Region 5 later, matter of fact.
Yeah.
But how about Vic, the Viking? Good one. Provo lost to Lehigh last week, was out to Wasatch, and this was a fun ball game. 14-13 at the half. Late in the beginning of the fourth quarter, 4th and 1, down Havea. 27 yards out to the house. Wow. The next drive for Wasatch, pick 6. Ryan Harward with the pick, returns it all the way, and now here's, doesn't end here. Wasatch, late in the fourth quarter, goes down the field, scores, down 28-19. Go for 2 or kick a PAT?
I don't chase points.
Coach Hober decided to go for 2. Doesn't get it. Cements the game essentially with about 5 minutes left. And Provo gets a big win over Wasatch, setting up.
Wow.
You get to watch quick hits. What could be a big one this week. But congratulations, Provo. Best of the rest.
Well, Dusty, I mean, how about the matchup down in Region 9? And we talked about this one, Pineview and Dixie. Dixie has been the cream of the crop down there for years. And ding dong, the witch is dead. How about Pineview getting the victory? Dixie went up in this ball game 20-0. It is all Flyers. And then back come the Panthers. I mean, McLeod Croton, 3 passing touchdowns. A.J. McCarroll hits a 32-yard game-winning field goal with about 4.5 minutes left as Pineview comes all the way back, and they defeat Dixie 27-26.
McLeod Croton, one of the top passing quarterbacks in the country. In the state, in the country.
I remember the way the season started, Dusty. Yeah. They're scoring a lot of points, giving up a lot of points. Defense made some big stops tonight.
Unreal. How about this one? We talked about it earlier. Needed proving ground. Juab taking on North St. Pete.
Yeah.
And we talked about him earlier, but I had to put him in here too. Cade Bowering. 4 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 1 on a reception, which was a top 5 play. Go and check out that play. Zach Cowan keeps stay alive, throws to the end zone. Bowering's down there, makes the catch. Unreal. Terrific game from the Wasps. Get the win 28-5 over North St. Pete. Juab flying high. All right, let's go to the quick hits brought to you by the Utah Army National Guard. Folks, if you're looking to get better in your career, National Guard is there for you.
That's right. Over 150 different career options available. It's not just about military service. All sorts of different opportunities from mechanics to nursing, medical, all sorts of different stuff. You can visit www.nationalguard.com to learn more.
All right, let's go to it. Hey, we talked about it big, but we didn't go through it in detail.
Yep.
Corner Canyon over Lone Peak. How about Cole Hagen, Cody Hagen for the win? The brothers Hagen get it done. Not only that, down 2 scores under 2 minutes left and get them both. The defense getting it done. By the way, you got to give a shout out to Romney. Comes in the second half, again, lights it up for the Lone Peak Knights. But it's Hagen and crew marching the field under a minute to go, getting the late touchdown. Unreal. Yeah. Unreal.
Gritty win by Corner Canyon to come back and pull that off. How about Logan Ridgeline, Dusty? 41-31 Logan. Ethan Wilson has the go-ahead rushing touchdown with about 2.5 minutes left. And then it's a fumble, scoop and score from Jalen Hoth with 2 minutes left. The Logan Grizzlies able to get past Ridgeline by 10.
I'm taking this one from you. I know you're going to see tease. There's something coming up, a one-on-one interview coming up. How about Bryson Barnes? 5 more touchdowns tonight, 4 passing, 1 receiving. 1 receiving. He does it all.
Yeah, he does.
Bryson Barnes, Milford wins 47-21 over Kanab.
Hey, we talked a little bit about a potential Region 8 matchup coming up. Well, that's all set up because Salem Hills dominated Springville 35-7. 5 touchdowns tonight for Jarrett Elmer and a potential maybe game of the week candidate next week. Go check out our scheduling video to see if that made the list.
Hey, talk about a team bouncing back after a tough loss last week. How about Syracuse?
Yes. Yeah.
Syracuse loses last week, bounced back this week. The undefeated Davis Darts. I took Davis in the picks. 38-6.
Yeah.
Bridger Hamblin counted for 5 touchdowns. That's a way to bounce back in a big way. 38-6, Syracuse over Davis.
We talked about the madness in Region 5. It continued on Friday night. How about Bonneville? We said, Bonneville, this is not a game to overlook. Yeah, they dropped 20 points in the second quarter against Woods Cross, folks. This was a team that 2 weeks ago was in a hunt for a region championship, but had 2 touchdowns inside of the last minute 15 seconds in the second quarter, Bonneville did. And then Cord Shaw had 3 touchdowns. 2 of them were receiving touchdowns from Brock Samuels. Woods Cross scored 2 touchdowns in the last 5 minutes of the ball game, but it wasn't enough. And Bonneville, with a big win, 20-17, they're tied for first in Region 5. The Lakers, folks.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Big win on there. How about this one? Bouncing. We wanted to know. Timpview, what do you got?
Yeah.
Lehigh. Timpview gets it done. It's Sione Moa. 3 rushing touchdowns as Timpview they owned this game. They were up 28-3 at one point. Just maybe coming into form, got a big game against Orem this week.
How about Taylorsville? We don't get to talk much Warrior football anymore, Dusty. They went up 20-0 on the West Panthers. West tried to claw back in that ball game, but just in the end didn't have enough. 27-20 Taylorsville with an impressive win against West.
Hey, how about more Region 5 craziness? Got to see this one on Deseret News Rewind Live. You got to tune in and watch that. Don't miss any of these plays. Box Elder tied with Bountiful. 5 seconds left. Heave-ho to the end zone. Logan Holgate from Parker Buchanan. 45 yards out. And the Bees bounce back and beat Bountiful.
Good on him.
What a one. What a game.
Wow.
Every time if Bountiful goes there, you know it's going to be a good one. That's like back-to-back times there.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great win for Box Elder.
You know a team who's not done yet, Dusty? How about the Cypress Pirates? Had a big 40-27 win tonight over Granger. I know it was Granger, and some people might put an asterisk next to that, but the most important thing in this ballgame, Parker Meldrum threw for 4 passing touchdowns. We've not talked a lot about Meldrum this year. He's had a kind of a subpar year compared to last year. Can this be kind of that oomph in the step of the Pirates to help get them back in the winning ways? They're just a game back in Region 2.
Very, very interesting. All right, let's go to the closing argument brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. Again, need any help, give them a call, 801-754-4240. Go to utah.law. All right, Corner Canyon cemented themselves number 1.
Yep.
Okay, didn't want to spend. We spent a lot of time. Go to the podcast, by the way. We'll talk to that game at length. Give us much more. We want to talk about some other games here too. Corner Canyon, unfreaking real. Cemented themselves number 1 in 6A. But Mr. Stewart, I ask you, who is number 2?
Well, this might make some people mad, and I know earlier in the video I recommended you don't poke the bear, but I'm going to poke the stang. Dusty, I think it's got to be Lone Peak. Harriman's been great. I know they were number 2 in the RPI. They've had impressive wins this year. But when you look at Lone Peak, they are 1-2 against top 20 teams in the country. And the 2 games they've lost by a combined
14 points.
I was going to say 8, but that's not right. Yeah, 7. And they lost by 4.
Oh, 4.
So 11.
Yeah.
Okay, then. I mean, that's pretty impressive. They shut down Corner Canyon's offense for a majority of that ball game. I know they had 2 impressive drives late. I think the offense, you maybe see Lone Peak finding their offense, right, late in the year. And I think Lone Peak would love to have a second opportunity at Corner Canyon to make claim to being number 1. I think Lone Peak is by far and away easily the number 2 team in the state.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to watch to see what RPI does.
Yeah, well.
Because they were 4.
Yeah.
They could be saying that and to be out. So the teams in this conversation, Skyridge, Pleasant Grove, Harriman.
And the tough thing is PG beating Skyridge tonight, right? That's going to help their RPI. Mm-hmm. How does Lone Peak overtake that having a loss? I don't know that happens.
It would be very interesting. It's not.
What do you say?
It's PG. It's Lone Peak. Lone Peak is the second best team in the state of Utah. Yeah. You can hit us up at Dane News Rewind, at Dusty Litster, at Dane_Stewart. Beat Narbonne, lose to Gorman by 7, lose on the last moments to Corner Canyon. I'm sorry. Yeah. I know Harriman, and they're very, very good. And we talked about this last week. I think they're right there. I think I put them at number 3.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You cannot forget what happened in week 2. You just can't. You can't forget what happened in week 2 and what Corner Canyon did. So in the law of transferability, which we do in college football all the time, Corner Canyon beat Harriman handily. Corner Canyon beat Lone Peak at the last moments by 4.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue.
But that's not why I'm saying it either.
Well, and I would argue that really PG, Lone Peak and Corner Canyon, in my opinion, are the same.
Right.
We don't have ties. Someone had to win, someone had to lose. The way that game was played, they are equals. I know Corner Canyon is 1, but you play that game 10 times, and I think each team's going to win it 5. I think that's the nature of those two teams. So, to me, it's 1A, 1B.
Yeah. Be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Look out for the podcast. RPI comes out Monday. It's updating right now, but we're going to wait for everything to get through.
Yep.
Come check out the podcast, Deseret News Rewind. Follow us on Deseret News, Dane News Rewind on Twitter. We get those out every single week.
Yep.
If you got comments, if you've got topics, we got a big guest coming up this week.
Yes,
It's gonna be
we
a
do.
lot
Get
of
ready.
Fun. First ones with those as well. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us watching Deseret News Rewind on Deseret.com. Presented by Heidemann and Associates.